Hello guys, Flux here bringing you another video, and I just want to talk about finding the woman of your dreams and how you can do that. So the concepts I'm talking about in this video are going to be a little bit geared more towards the male perspective, but it doesn't mean the women and out there can't use the concepts I'm talking about and run with those as well. So long story short, you're not gonna like what I have to say. When I was younger, I thought that if I met that perfect person, that they were going to fulfill the deeper parts of me and that we would live happily ever after and she would love me and I would be full inside for it. Well, that's just not how it works, okay? And I was in for a rude awakening. It's not about somebody else, and it never was. It's not about them. It's about you. This life, this reality, it's you, okay? Think about all the people that you admire in this life, okay? Think about people that you really, really look up to. Are they single? Are they lonely? Do they not have any friends? Okay? Probably not. They're probably liked by a lot of people. They probably have a significant other that they do things with and that they enjoy life with. And there's qualities within them that you like. Okay. So if you remember from me mentioning in a previous video, I had a rude wake-up call, right? I had bought this house for this girl, and for whatever reason, she didn't want me. Like, she didn't want to be with me, right? And we were friends, and it just didn't work out, okay? I didn't know why she didn't want me, but now I know why, right? Part of it was who I was, okay? You've got to start manifesting qualities within yourself and bringing something to the table, and then the rest comes from that, okay? So what I lacked was spiritual ideals, okay? Spiritual ideals form the skeleton of who we are and what we are. So the old me, I was like, I would put out negative energy, okay? And I used to think that because I wasn't a bad person, didn't make me a good person. Well, it doesn't work like that either. You've got to actively put out good into the world. You've got to have good thoughts. You've got to have good vibrations. You got to put out good vibes. You got to do good things for others, okay, as well as for yourself. You have to become a love-worthy person. That's what I lacked. And that's what a citizen of the planet in this new age of Aquarius is. This person is a conscious co-creator of the life that they're living, and they accept responsibility for the things that happen in their life and their feelings about everything else. So the way you feel, if you're lonely or if you're not with that person that you want, you need to take responsibility for that. That's nobody else's fault but your own, okay? So it's not about how you look. I mean, it has some part about how you look sometimes. But, you know, there's a guy who's got no arms and no legs, and he's married to like this gorgeous girl, okay? But it's because of who he is that made her attracted to him, okay? And women are not stupid, guys. Women are sizing you up the second you talk to them. The moment you approach, within those first couple seconds, they know right away if you are somebody that they want to be around, okay? You're putting off your body language, you're putting off the way you speak. You know, we're all going to be nervous when we talk to women for the first time, or, you know, if they're super gorgeous or whatever, we all get that feeling of nervousness, but they know right away, okay? And so the only thing you can do to combat being nervous when you talk to women is or one of the main things that you can do to help is to be comfortable with who you are, okay? I wasn't comfortable with who I was when I was younger because I didn't know who I was. I was young. I was forming that. I was forming all of that, right? But the younger you are that you can deal with this, the easier it is, the whole women game, the whole women thing, okay? Finding a significant other, finding somebody that you like, somebody that you love. So I remember I knew somebody who they would always complain about, okay, so there's a story about somebody who would always complain about their significant other. And they were like, you know, my wife doesn't do this, my wife doesn't do that, she's late when she's picking up the kids, and just on and on and on, all these negative stuff about his wife. And so he was looking at it the wrong way. What you got to do is take out a piece of paper, write down all the qualities that you look for in a mate. Okay, everything that you want to find in somebody, you write that down, and then you start to manifest those same qualities within yourself. And I doubt that you would have problems finding somebody. So the core is spiritual ideals. That makes you who you are. If you lack spiritual ideals, the world is going to make them for you unconsciously. Okay? And what is the American ideals, right? What's the American dream? To have cars and money and, you know, all these material things. We have a whole generation of kids growing up watching the Kardashians, and that's what they want, right? Socialites, contributing nothing to the world, having all this material shit, getting all their jewelry stolen in France, whatever, right? Like, that's their ideals, and that's not good. Okay, we need to form who we are as people, and then the rest comes. So that's what I liked. And, you know, I don't know if you remember me from a previous video, I bought this house for this girl and she didn't want me, right? And it's like, I didn't understand. I just didn't understand. I was like, what's wrong with me? Why am I alone? Why doesn't nobody want me? Because I wasn't actively putting out good into the world, you know? So when you look at these people that you admire, right, it doesn't have to be somebody that you physically know. It could be Buddha or Jesus or Gandhi or any spiritual figure, right? They elicited qualities that you like. So how can we manifest these qualities within us? How can we be better as people? Take out a piece of paper. It's going to have 3 columns. The first column is the spiritual ideal. The second column is thoughts and affirmations that you can say to yourself to reinforce those ideals within you. More real world practical applications. And the third column is going to be physical and spoken things you can do to manifest that reality even further. What you think, what you feel, and what you eat make up who you are. Okay? Your thoughts put out a certain level of vibration. And I'm a work in progress, guys. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm working on this stuff all the time. But it's kind of like a little light bulb. So every time I start seeing myself go down a certain thought pattern, I try to catch myself and say, hey, you know what? That's the old flux. The new flux is somebody different. They don't think like that anymore. This is the ideal you want to reinforce. So I'll give you an example. There's challenging people that I work with, right? Sometimes it's very hard for me to just be in the same room with these people, okay? A negative vibration, a negative thing to put out there is to avoid them. I can't avoid them, I work with them, right? To avoid them, to not be nice to them, not be kind, right? And to speak ill of them. These are things that are lowering me. They're bringing me down, right? So what can I do to better myself? So the ideal is to be a more, what's the word? I would say loving person, but to have patience, right? To be a more patient person with people. So that would be my spiritual ideal, to be patient and more loving. And then the second column, the mental affirmations that I would have to reinforce that ideal would be, let's say, saying hi and goodbye to that person that I have tension with. Another thing would be to have a mental affirmation of, this is tailored to me. You can change this, any way that you want, that's tailored to you. But this is what I say. I say, may the love and the light surround them, and may, they succeed in life. May they be one with the Creator. I wish the best for them. Okay, I'm happy for them when good things come their way. Being happy for people, that is so powerful. Being happy for people changed my life completely, right? It changed me in so many ways. Those are mental affirmations and thought patterns that you want to manifest within yourself. The third thing would be like some type of physical or spoken thing you can do to even reinforce those affirmations further, right? Because just thinking about it isn't enough. We live in a physical universe. We need to manifest this reality physically. So one thing I can do with those people is to buy them a small gift, right? Now, this doesn't mean you have to go out there and buy them cars and buy them presents and everything, but I can guarantee you, if you have a third party looking at this situation and you're constantly giving gifts to somebody, there's almost nobody in the world that would say that you're the asshole, right? Because everybody loves getting gifts. Everybody loves it. You can, like, for example, one of the people that I have tension with, they furthered their career, and they went into a field higher than mine, and they're making good money. They're doing good for themselves, and they're doing really well. Now, I can use that as something that I look up to. Like, I admire that, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. So I could bring that up in a conversation, and I can say, you know what, I'm really happy for you. You seem like you're doing very well, and I'm proud of you, right? And maybe in the future I'd like to get into it as well. But you're just putting out good intentions. You're putting out good vibrations, right? And that's what matters, okay? So that's making part of who you are. So the only thing, so as a male, you're gonna have to approach a lot of women, okay? It's just something that you're gonna have to deal with. You're not gonna be able to get around that, okay? This is a society that we live in. Do women approach men? Of course. Are women more forward today than they were back in the past? Of course. But generally speaking, that's not the way it is, right? Generally speaking, the man, she's looking for a man, okay? She wants you to approach her, and she wants you to show interest. Women, generally, they have options, especially if they're attractive women. They can pick and choose kind of who they want to be with. You've got to bring something to the table, okay? If you want that person who's gorgeous and who's amazing and whatever, you've got to improve yourself before you get that, right? So, and one of the most important things, guys, you have to understand is you cannot take it personal when women reject you. Okay, women, just like men, have personal preference, and there's nothing you can do to change their personal taste. You're gonna get rejected by a lot of women, and that's a reality that you just have to accept it, okay? But the one way that you can combat feeling bad about getting rejected, we all hate getting rejected, right? And that fear is warranted, especially in like work situations or any type of situation, right? Rejection and that feeling of badness sucks. But the way you can combat it is being comfortable with who you are. And when you have those spiritual ideals of being a loving person, being a caring person, thinking of others, it gives you strength. And nobody can touch that. No woman can touch that. No man can touch that. Nothing, right? The biggest, I don't know, I should save this for another video. I'll save that for another video. But when you are comfortable with who you are and when you actually like who you are, you become a love-worthy person. And when you become a love-worthy person, you can love yourself. Not being in love with yourself. When you actually love yourself for who you are and love yourself as a person, it changes everything. And that's what I lacked. In my younger years, I didn't know who I was. I didn't love myself. I didn't have these positive affirmations and incantations that I would say to myself, and I wasn't actively trying to put good out into the world, like consciously. I did little things, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't like a horrible person or anything, but I didn't actively put out a person that I wanted to be in the world, right? And so that's the only, like, you just can't take it personal. My wife, she has a personal preference for the men that she likes. You could be the most philanthropist, altruistic, caring, loving, sexy, muscular man in the world, right? And there's still going to be women who reject you. Why? Because they have personal preference. My wife likes certain types of men. She likes black men. She likes Asian men. She likes mixed men. She likes dark men, right? But that's just her personal preference. She doesn't like white men, right? And she's relatively white. It's just the way it is, right? There's nothing you can do to change somebody what they like. I have my own personal preference, and I know you do too. So if a woman rejects you, just don't take it personal. Move on with your life, okay? Move on with your life. Sometimes, if they reject you initially, they'll give you another chance and you can get with them. But, a lot of times the moment a woman in her mind friend zones you or puts you in a category that she's not gonna be with you or sleep with you, it's actually very, very hard to get out of that category. So, going back, that's just what it is. Going back, forming spiritual ideals is a skeleton of who you are. Thinking about the bigger picture. This is a new age, guys, okay? This is exciting. You're watching this video right now because you're curious and you want to make changes, right? This is an exciting time for me and for you and for everybody else. Forming spiritual ideals, reinforcing that with mental affirmations and incantations and thought patterns that you want, and then bringing that into the physical reality with physical actions, intentions, and words. The spiritual ideal manifesting the thought patterns and the vibrations and the affirmations which manifests the physical reality. Okay. We need to manifest love within the earth. It all starts with you. It's not anybody else. Just remember that. The answer is never lies within the world or somebody else, and it's not them, it's you. If you're not where you want to be at in life, it's you. We need to honestly take a look at ourselves and see what we need to work on. I'm not perfect, guys. I'll say it again. I'm a work in progress. There's plenty of stuff I'm working on, but I like myself a lot more than I did. And I love myself for who I am, right? One thing that I changed was, I wanted to make myself more marketable, right? We're all trying to show our best and show the world like the best of us, right? So I went to massage school for a second career, and I did massage. let's just say the moment I put my hands on my wife, my, girlfriend at the time, it's a done deal, dude. So, if we ever have a fight or anything, I put my hands on her and that pretty much solves the issue. But that was one quality that I always wanted to do that. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to become a massage therapist, right? And I wanted to be able to make somebody feel good with my hands, right? And I told her, and I tell her to this day, when I give her a massage, I put so much love and care, and I take my time, I give her an hour and a half massage. I rub her down. I make her feel amazing. And my whole vibration is I picture I'm channeling the energy of the universe into my massage, and I'm fulfilling her body with positive energy and good energy. And I'm taking out the bad energy. And she feels it, right? You can feel that as a person. When I get a massage, I can feel when somebody's rushing and they're not taking their time and they're not putting that love and care into it, right? And I told her that I wanted to set the standard for everybody else that she has ever met and in the past or the future, if it doesn't work out with us, right? Because I'm a realist, I realize people change and things don't always work out, but I told her that I don't want any other man to be able to touch her in the way I do. And I honestly believe in my heart that nobody ever will or ever could even come close to the way I put my hands on her and touch her and make her feel good. But the intention is making her feel good. Okay? And I'm going to focus more on intentions in other videos, but it's always with you guys. And we got to form spiritual ideals of who we are. Write down all the qualities that you want to manifest in yourself. Write down all the qualities that you want to find in somebody else. Write that down. Manifest that within yourself. And the rest is history. Okay? Flux out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day.